That's what I like about you. Good morning. Can you hear that in the background? Hang on, let me see if I can turn up a bit. It's nearly over. Love this song. Remember? Never want to let you go. Go, you have me feel all right. Good morning. It's Thursday. In my ear, tell me all the things that I want to hear. Good morning, Michelle House from Rich Living. That's what I like about you. Good morning, the Romantics. What a beautiful name for a band. That's what I like about you. Good morning. Good morning. All right, hang on, let me turn that down. There we go. And good morning, good morning. How lovely to see you again this morning on Thursday. Let me see who is here briefly. Oh, it's not showing me your comments unless I post them on the screen. Oh, well, I'll just have to guess what you're saying. I guess right now that you're all saying good morning. Good morning, good morning. Alrighty, so doing this little different experiment this week, aren't we? And so I came down and I wrote my notes. See? Wrote my notes and I wrote on here, giving up versus surrender, attachment to outcome, being diligent and consistent, coming from a place of service, blah, 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 blah. So my notes, right? And then I went to the cards. And, okay, I went to the cards. So Goddess Guidance cards. By the way, we're getting stuck straight into this today. And I pulled the card Fairness. I'm going to read about this a little bit later, okay? So I want to talk to you about what I wanted to share, and then we'll go back and we'll look at the cards for the some extra inspiration, I guess. Does everybody have no sound? I can just see somebody saying they have no sound. Can everybody hear me? And guess what? I won't be able to get a thumbs up, so I need somebody to actually type yes for me. Hang on. Sorry, somebody said they had no sound. Let me just double check. All good here? All good here. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay. Janet. Phew. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. Now we'll get started. Okay. So yeah, the cards, and then I went to this one. So I love this pack. Does anybody else have this pack? The Chakra Insight Oracle book. I use this book when we do the Alchemy of Intention setting. So the Alchemy of Intention setting is a program that I created to help you just clear your limiting beliefs and your self-doubt via your chakras, so that when you go to set an intention, you're not holding yourself back from it with your limiting beliefs and your self-doubt. Anyway, so whenever I do a live version of the Alchemy of Intention setting, I do a card drawing for every chakra. So that's why I love them anyway. But so today I just thought I'd draw for here as well. And they're both about self-expression, and we'll come back to those cards later. But I wanted to just show you, wrote my notes, did the cards. So we'll come back to the cards after my notes, right? Are we ready for this experiment? What I wanted to talk about today was giving up versus surrender. I saw a post in a business group that I'm in, and somebody that I've been watching working, really hard about creating something in their business. And the question was, how do you know the difference between giving up and surrender? So for me, giving up is because I'm too attached to what the outcome is. Does that make sense? So if I ever feel like I'm going, oh, I give up, it's because I'm attached to the outcome. I've got, I may have, I don't do this anymore. I do it from time to time. That's not true. I do it from time to time, and then I rearrange my mind. But being attached to the outcome looks something like I have to make 100 calls, I have to do 100 sales, I've got to make this much money this month, and it's got to come in like this. And it's being really attached to that outcome. So if I need to make $10,000 this month so that I can do this, this, and this. Now, it's important to have goals and a vision of what it is that you want to achieve. But the other thing is you can get so stuck in your idea of how you're going to get that that you don't see all the other little ideas trickling around. So giving up for me is more around being attached to the outcome. Surrender is surrendering to the flow, surrendering and having faith and trust that, for example, that $10,000 a month will show up and you're always cared for and you're always looked after, and that knowing. So does that make sense to everybody, the difference between giving up? So giving up is also being resigning about it, having that feeling of resignation. Surrender is more having a feeling of trust and a knowing. So if you were to put feelings on both of those, let's go there. Giving up is more about that feeling, that heavy feeling of resignation. Surrender is the feeling of trust and love and faith. So the difference between the two is actually really important in order for you to move forward. So those of you that have been listening to me for some time know that when I went to do money school earlier this year, which is actually one of the biggest things I've ever done in my life, I actually got very attached to how that was going to look in relation to how many people I was going to have, how much money it was going to bring in, so that I could forecast business spending for the rest of the year. And I got very attached to what that was, and then I started to get stopped and have hiccups and tech issues and all that kind of thing. So I had to back off and not give up. I didn't give up. I surrendered to the flow of whatever was going to be, and that I was going to be completely taken care of and everything would be fine, which is, I think I'm being completely taken care of and everything is fine. I'm still standing. So know that there is that difference and tune into that difference for you. Does anybody feel like they've got something going on in their life at the moment where if they don't keep doing it, everybody's going to look at them and see that they've given up? That could be another thing. You know, maybe, and I can speak on it from a client's place where having a business versus having employment, people will think that I've given up if I go back and I get a job. Well, if you surrender to however your life is going to unfold and your income for your family comes via your business or via employment, it doesn't matter. As long as you are, and here's the rest of my notes, as long as you come from a place of service. If you're working in your business and your business becomes all about making money and I've got to make enough money or I'm going to have to go and get a job. If I don't make enough money, my husband's going to be cranky and he's going to make me get a job. If I don't make enough money in my business, it's becoming about the money. And you don't need it. It can't come from that place. It has to come from the place of how can I be of service and surrender to the universe that I will be completely taken care of. Okay? So they're diligent, consistency, coming from that place of service is all in the flow of surrendering. Yeah? Coming from the place of how much money can I make is that forced, and why people give up or use the term giving up. Love and above. Yeah, love and above. The other thing that came up in there when I was writing my notes, I don't know why, it said disputes, being right, and then dinner. So last night I wanted to then, so that's what happens. I just go conscious streaming, what do I want to write about? And then it says, then I've got, look, disputes, being right, and dinner. Because the other thing about giving up and surrendering is that whole feeling of, but I'm right about this. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Push, 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 push. That's a dispute going on in your mind about your ego and your spirit trying to get it right. So back away from that and surrender to whatever the flow will be. Let me give you an example. Funny how the universe does these little things to us. Let me give you an example of what happened last night. Those of you that were hanging around watching a High Vibes for Lockie's birthday back in December know that we've got this cute little Italian restaurant that we go to for everybody's birthdays. And the restaurant owner is a gorgeous Italian man, but without being general, he's very Italian. Very general statement to the beautiful Italians that are in my world. Very fixed and very right. So he had an incident back in December and was telling us all about it when we got there. And I remember doing a High Vibes about it the next day, about how when you change your thoughts about things, things are different. So anyway, we arrived there last night, and he's got this new online booking system. So yesterday when I made the reservation, I went through and I booked the table. I thought I booked the table. So we walk in and he says, "Oh, hi." have you got a booking? And I said, yeah, we've got a booking. I use your new fantastic online system. And he went, oh, we can't see it here. And then he went onto this search to try to be right about me not being booked in. So the whole point was I knew that something went wrong and that I wasn't booked in, and he knew that something was wrong and wasn't booked in, but he wouldn't let it go. He had to look into the background of the thank you, coffee man. He had to look into the background of the app, and after 500 reservations, he can't believe this has happened. And I understand all that, but he actually didn't have to demonstrate that with me. As his customer, the best thing for him to do in that situation was to go, not to worry, because I was panicking, thinking, holy shit, we're not going to get a table. Not to worry, come on, let's just put these two tables together and here you go, you can have a table. Then go and sort that out. Go and be right about it somewhere else. But in the dispute, not that there was a dispute, in his mind, there was a dispute, just surrender. Just surrender and let it go and go, oh, well, the booking didn't come through. Do I have a table? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I'm sorry. Move on and live. All right. So be careful with the disputes with other people, but also that internal dispute that you have with yourself about, I'm so right about this. And then you can't see all the other little opportunities that are being sprinkled around in front of you. So let's quickly go to the cards. Let's see how that lines up with what I've said this morning, right? So here we go. We're going to this one. It's about fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Are you coughing at my card? All right. So now, isn't that funny? I just told you that story. Okay. A lawsuit will be resolved. A dispute will end harmoniously. You'll be treated fairly. Keep everyone's needs in mind during negotiations. Release guilt and shame, as these emotions can attract a punishing attack. So maybe in his instance, he felt a bit ashamed and a bit embarrassed about the technology not working. But your shame and your embarrassment, when you project that onto the other person, it's really uncomfortable. And all he had to do was come from that place of service of, okay, how can I serve this human being in the best way possible, sort that out, and then go back and sort out the tech issue. All right, I love it. Okay, let's look at these two. He's gone. I was going to tell Jonathan. So this one, the pretty turtle. I think I dreamt about a turtle. Now I see that. I think I dreamt about a turtle. I'll have to look that up. Expression, assertiveness, self-control, direction. So there again, assertiveness is in when talking about giving up versus surrender. You don't feel very assertive when you're giving up. So check in with that feeling and the self-control. Jonathan's laughing at everything I'm saying this morning. Would you like a session, honey? Let me just talk a bit more about this one. As you move in the direction of your heart's calling, your will aligns with the universe, allowing your highest path to unfold before you. This card is an invitation to ignite your personal willpower in alignment with what's important to you. I'm just sniffiting out of this. The card encourages you to acknowledge who you are and to practice living in alignment with this, to speak up, communicate, and fully express your truth. When we have a strong will, we are not forceful. And the other card was this pretty little birdie. Where are we? Self-expression, vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness again. Oh, who out there is needing all of these little tips today? Share your true self in full expression. Be who you are, say what you mean, love what you do, and celebrate your creations. Just quickly, a little snippet of this card. This card is an invitation to rekindle the connection and expression of your true voice in life. Not because it's appropriate or acceptable or because you are worthy or qualified, but because of how good it feels to have your inner light moving through you into the world. This card encourages you to speak up and be heard. Have the courage to express your beliefs and values in your words and in your actions. Have integrity to stand up for that which you believe in. Call upon the power of your heart and strength of your will and allow your individuality to shine. Okay. I'm loving this idea of drawing the cards in my notes. I think that this is all really in tune. All right. So today, hashtag. What's the hashtag going to be? What about where can I surrender? Where can I surrender? Think about things in your life that are forceful at the moment, that are forceful, that are hard, that are like pushing shit uphill, those kinds of things. So hashtag, where can I surrender? Where in my life can I surrender? That's a really long hashtag. Maybe just hashtag surrender. Hashtag surrender. But where in my life can I surrender right now? Okay, I'm actually thinking of lots of places I can do it. All right. Oh, wow. This is awesome. Look at you all. Okay, so I am going to jump on over now and say good morning to everybody. And I can see a few comments. So good morning. I can see good morning, Rebecca, Catherine, Jenny, Robin, Melly, Janet, Georgina, Melinda. Awesome. Robin McFarlane, Jenny. Okay. Robin is saying it's so easy to become attached, but then becoming aware and flipping it now makes a difference. Awesome. When we have awareness, that's what I love about doing these. Not only, I love doing them for you guys, but doing them for myself because it keeps me constantly, every 24 hours, in a space of awareness, Because when I have awareness, I can actually make a really clear choice. When I don't have awareness, my choice is all a bit foggy and coming from places that aren't really serving me or others. Cool. Awesome. Melinda, that is such a valid point about being right. Oh my God, how many times does that happen when the other person can't work out to just sort it out? Who cares who was right or wrong? And, approaching an argument or a dispute, for those of you that are in an employment arrangement, that can be a bit of a challenge if you've got a boss. But, that's where self-assertiveness card comes in, isn't it? Because it helps you knowing that you are coming from your truth, not right, just handing it over to the universe. I don't know what the outcome here is going to be, but I trust that I'm being cared for. I'm not giving up. I'm not surrendering. I will speak my truth. I will be assertive. I will be, what was the one I pulled yesterday? I'll stand by my beliefs. I'll stand up for myself. All of that stuff still about yourself, but not about being right. Cool. And Rebecca's saying all of the messages for her today. Awesome. Robin loves it. Rebecca, oh my God, so was you. There's always one person out there that this is smack on for. I love it. Oh, and Jenny, wow, definitely me. Awesome. Oh, good. Well, maybe you want to go back and have a look at the video again a little bit later today. Maybe have a quick look at lunchtime or a quick look this afternoon and just, get a little bit of a top up and come from that place of self-assertiveness and what have we got? Assertiveness and vocalization and using our inner voice. And if you need any help with that, as always, post over in the Rich Living Room. I mentioned before about the alchemy of rich living. I'm actually doing it at the moment in the vault. So we're up to, today we're up to doing the sacral chakra. So we've been through the crown, the throat, the crown, the third eye, the throat, love, sacral chakra. Is that right? I think I'm missing one. And it's been really good, been getting some great clearings for that as well. So if you want to join me over there, the vault, Robin, if you've got that hashtag and your internet's doing okay this morning, would you mind sharing the hashtag to the vault? And I'll see you over there, or I'll see you in the Rich Living Room. All right, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. High vibes.